are off to Tractor Supply, Southern States, and Lowe's to go pick up stuff for building a fence, a goat fence, and also we need to pick up some feed and a whole bunch of other supplies.
It's beep, beep, I'm a sheep. I said beep, beep, I'm a sheep.
Our first stop, Southern States. I hear him meeping. Oh my goodness.
Look at that big yellow one.
That's a big one.
Those are,
These are all straight
what are
ones.
those?
Guineas.
Guineas.
They're cute. They're not so cute when they're big though.
Those what ours are gonna look like?
No, those are guineas too right now.
They're so tiny.
Over here. Buff Orpingtons? Oh, look at that little one right there. He's like, I think they're buffs. Buffs. So one of the things we're trying to do is to go by the books when it comes to getting goats, and that means sticking with the same feed that the current owner is using. And the lady that we're getting the goats from currently uses the Southern States Sweet Feed for goats, which is this brand right here. So we're going to go ahead and get a bag of these and start our goats off with this type, and then we're going to go ahead and probably phase this out slowly and switch over to a different type of feed. Damaged bag, $1 off. We should totally get this for our goats. Spandex for goats, and in zebra print. Just kidding. Probably need one of these. I think we should probably get one of these because I don't think that we're going to be able to make our food grade buckets work, because this has a flat back to it and the way the handle's situated. Can we get these for our goats?
A goat tube.
Spandex. Oh, what little meepers.
No.
Be careful she doesn't fly out of your hands. Put her back so they stay warm. Miranda's not having much luck trying to catch guineas.
Guineas don't like to be caught.
Well, she's like a big giant hawk coming in for him.
You hurt him.
I like this one.
Don't let it jump out of your hand and kill itself.
Look at this little head sticking out.
Oh my god.
They're loud.
They don't like you.
They're ninja. Mwah. The air kiss.
I want it.
You can't just take chickens home. We have chickens coming. And
I know, but we can. We have to.
But look at Buttercup.
No
stop naming the chickens.
Look at Buttercup.
Put her back.
No.
But she needs to stay warm.
But my hands are sweating. They like me.
Put her back.
You're mean.
I'm not mean.
You're mean.
Wash your hands.
This hand sanitizer. I'm just gonna use it.
Look, that sucks.
So blue and green. Final choice?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll have buckets all alone.
I gotta make sure. I think this is it.
You're 30 feet Canadian.
It's a fat one though.
Yeah, he probably weighs a ton.
Yeah, you gonna have fun with that, buddy.
He's sleeping.
Seriously, every time I find you guys, you're sitting here with chicks in your lap.
He's sleeping.
You cannot take them home.
I want to smuggle one. I
Can't wait today.
I better not get in the truck and find that you guys smuggled some in your clothes. No. 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 So what we are doing here is we're filling in the goat shed with wood chips that we got for free. And the reason for this is because it's really super slopey here. This is like the funhouse goat house. And we're afraid that if we put our goats in here and they go to sleep, they're gonna end up rolling down the hill. So we're filling it in with wood chips. Now why wood chips? Well, we don't have enough soil and we don't wanna go buy any more soil. So I did my research as far as has anybody used wood chips in their goat shed? A lot of people use pine shavings, and I found a Nigerian place that actually does use wood chips, and also they use cedar in there, which is really important because I wanted to make sure that cedar was an okay bedding. So we're just going to kind of level this out with wood chips, and then we're going to put probably another layer of pine shavings on top, and hopefully that'll work. I guess we'll see. This is all just trial and error.
Pine shavings.
So here, I don't know, you can't really tell the slope, but you can kind of see that board there, and you can see where it's definitely lower in this corner here. Roll it.
How many pounds
This
is
is
that?
like
Don't
a down.
sit on it. Roll it. Come on, muscles.
How do you expect me to turn this?
Like I did. Pick up one end.
You're so mean when you record in luxury.
Not that way. You have to pick it up and pull it. There you go. There you go.
So much for the break.
You want me to help you?
Now.
Daddy. Oh wow, it's so much harder. Watch out for the
Child labor.
Let's just shove this in the fire and forget about it.
Oh, you're making it all by yourself. I'll help.
Now.
It's probably good right here.
You did barely anything. You held the camera, which is like.
We're now pulling into Lowe's where we need to get about 6 bags of concrete to, how many?
12.
We need to get 12 bags of concrete to fill in the post holes. Go ahead, grab them, 12 bags.
There it was. There's no more.
It's bloody. So it's definitely an animal.
Oh, that's a snake. Ah! Oh, gross.
Ew.
Ew.
Unless we stretch from the post to this tree, and then from this tree to that post. Which we may have to do. And in which case, this should go here.
Listened to you guys and your recommendations, and we looked into a couple different products, one being the auger to dig these holes, and that's not going to work in this type of soil with these roots and rocks, so we weren't able to do that. We also looked into renting like a post hole digger, and that was just going to be too expensive for us, and also would be very challenging to get that back here in this wooded area. But the one thing that we did go with was this bar thingy. I think Jeremy said this was about 40 bucks, and what this does is it breaks up any of the rocks or roots. It allows us to use the post hole digger a lot better. So far this is working pretty good. I did just break up some rocks and stuff, and yeah, I think this was probably a pretty good investment for not only this but any other future projects that we have as well.
Just making walls.
So Jeremy's in here putting up the OSB so that the goats don't kick through the walls, and done the finishing touches on the goat shed. This really is a team effort, so we both contribute where we can. Jeremy's more of the detail guy. He's really good with tools and measurements, and I'm more demolition style. Anything that needs sledgehammering or pounding or digging or removing or not the detail work kind of stuff, that's me. So that's where I contribute. So you guys are wondering what we're each doing when the other one's doing something else. It's contributing in the way we can. We really are a pretty good team.
This is Leonard the lizard. He's got himself stuck in the feed bucket already. He usually hangs out on a rock and watches me work. At first he got all scared and ran away every time I walked by. Then he just kind of sprawled out on the rock and watched me go. But now he's got himself stuck in the feed bucket, so I'm gonna let him out. Hey, Leonard. Cool. One tiki bar for goats. Alright, the first two posts are set finally. We put them in concrete and let these sit for a day or so. This will be our gate here, and then I'm going to stretch from this tree to that tree. So I'm going to take you up to this post and show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so this is the hole that was really wet. Like the water was all the way to the top. Basically, we drilled a well. So we're going to sink this post tomorrow, and I'm going to use an old homesteader trick and key the post both ways because it's a corner post. We were going to do H braces for all of our corners, but that would have required like 22 posts, and this is such a small area, it just wasn't economical. So I'm going to try going as deep as we can using the concrete and keying it, and I'll show you that in the next segment. Basically, you just dig a little trench, use a 2-foot pressure treated 2x4 and nail it to your post to kind of help keep it from pulling either way. So that'll be next. But more uses for pallet runners. Well, it's a pretty nice morning here. It's supposed to get up 76, 77 degrees. We have baby chickens coming in the mail supposedly today. We're supposed to get a phone call here anytime. We'll have to go to the post office and pick those up and get them all set up in their little box. But until then, I'm going to work on these fence posts. Okay, that's how you key a post, and then ramp your concrete so that water drains. Good to go. Time to make a fence stretcher. Okay. Now let's stagger where we put our holes so we don't split the whole thing. Need a better battery. Okay. 3/8 inch by 4 inch bolts with washers and nuts. Okay, so those of you wanting to know what kind of fence we got, we ended up with 12.5 gauge class 3 galvanized sheep and goat fence, woven wire, 4-inch squares, 4 feet tall. Good fence. been through some stuff.
We pop his head out for you?
Yeah, his little shell's broke. He's all muddy. Turtle. 12.5 gauge screaming death wire. Alright, well, we've got 3 sides of the fence done. Just got to put the T-posts in. So this post is holding pretty well. And this is the problem side. I had this stretched perfectly, but I was pulling it with the truck. Pulled it a little too much. This is really strong high tensile fence. Stronger than a post set in concrete, especially when you're pulling it with a truck. So, I have to figure out how to deal with this issue here. That's not cool. And so, we've got our last side to run. And there's a pretty good elevation change, bunch of little dips and hills. So I think I'm probably going to attach to that big tree right there, and then go from that tree to that post, because there's a pretty good drop off behind that tree. So I'm basically just loosely connecting this section to this post, wrapping it around, stapling it kind of loosely, but enough that I can yank on it and sort of lean this fence up and get it kind of vertical. So that's where we're at now. And I'm trying to get the bottom tight and sort of as flush to the ground as I can, which I've already done. And now I'm going to come through here and wire up and attach all of these horizontals around the tree, staple it, tie it, and that gives me kind of the downward angle that I need, and then I can go down there and stretch, and I'll show you that stretchy part in a second. But for right now, I'll show you what I'm doing to tie these up. Alright, so basically I'm on the other side of the post now, coming around the inside, wrapping it, twisting it to the piece that's to the end that is this side, and just kind of loosely connecting all of that. Then I'm going to go through, take all of these pieces and wrap it and tighten it up, and then we're going to stretch. Hopefully this will stand up. This little fence stretcher seems to work pretty well. As long as you keep all the bolts tight, holds it, doesn't slip, works good. Now let's see if we can stretch this beast without tearing something up. So far so good. These are 1 3/4 barbed staples. Fence is done. Well, the fence is stretched. And now we have to do T-posts.
turn.
Okay, so the fence is done, finally. Man, that was a project. Took us about 2 weeks between the rain and all the holes we had to dig and never having done it. And 12.5 gauge woven wire fence is like a beast. So, but it's done. Now we just have to do the gate. I got the cheapest gate we could afford, and it's really light, and obviously we can't use it the way it is because baby goats will get out of that real easy. So I'm just going to wrap it with some of this leftover fence we've got and then hang that gate, and we should be good. Then I got to build a feeder and a milking stand. We're getting goats, let's see, this is Tuesday, we're getting goats Friday, so got 3 days. I think stainless steel cable ties are in order here. I got the fencing sections attached to the gate. Works pretty good with stainless steel cable ties. Now, let's put the gate on. Calls for a BAW. That sucker is not supposed to come out. Sweet. This project is finished. So is this video. See you guys in the next one. You heard of boats and hoes? We got goats and clothes.